All right, guys. In the last session, you landed in Solaris, the sprawling, awe-inspiring capital city. The sheer size and grandeur of the city left you all marveling at its magnificence as you descended past fortified walls and bustling districts. After disembarking, you said your goodbyes to Reginald and his crew alongside Thyros and Stonebrew. As you made your way through the docking district, you encountered Bunston, a hyperactive Harangon promoting city guides, events, and train subscriptions. Though he lacked no enthusiasm, you decided against the offer, opting to head straight for the train station to begin your journey north. On the way, a unique storefront caught your attention, a bounty hunting post, guarded and teeming with rough-looking individuals. Unable to resist, Raarh and Might ventured inside, drawn to the allure of danger. As they scanned the bounty board, they discovered Vizuriel himself has somehow made his way onto it, with a 2 million gold piece bounty on his head.
Well, 2 million, that's quite a price.
Are you really surprised? I mean, come on, is there a more dangerous single entity in the world right now than...
But it isn't 20 million though, is it?
What?
I'm just saying 20 million is a hell of a lot more than 2 million.
Well, yeah, that's how multiples work, Raarh.
Tell me, was it worth it?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about, man. Everyone at this table has been on fire the past couple weeks, but you, old buddy, old pal, old friend, kind of flopped.
Oh, you're bringing up my fight now, huh?
Damn right I am. So just tell me, did you actually hold back, or was that your best shot?
What do you think, man? I walked away with a free 20 million. And you know what I did with some of it? I got myself this Diamond D20 grill. Classy, right?
Yeah, but now you've got a loss against Logan on your record.
It was Jake, not Logan.
You know, I got a call from his agent last night. They're trying to set up a fight with me. Said it could even be a 2-on-1 if I wanted. Me and Hasbullah against him. I told him, listen here, pal, I don't need any help. I'll take him in the octagon any day of the damn week.
Oh shit, we should do a 2 versus 2. Me and you against him and his brother.
I'll get it set up.
Well, we're getting a little bit off track here. So, back to the game. Might and Raarh, as you're chatting away next to the wanted posters, you become aware of a presence just behind you. A figure, quiet and unassuming, lurks on the edge of your conversation. You turn. Her features sharp enough to carve stone, and her skin has the dusky hue of twilight. Not quite the deep obsidian of a true dark elf, but a softer, more earthen tone. It catches the lamplight, warm in places, shadowed in others. Her silver hair is bound in a loose braid, a single strand hanging rebelliously across her face. Eyes like molten amber lock onto yours, and the faintest scar traces her jawline, half hidden by the collar of a well-worn leather coat that clings to her frame like a second skin. She stands casually, one boot tipped slightly outward, her arms crossed.
What the hell do you want?
Who said I wanted anything from you?
Well, you're just standing there behind us, so I assumed you did. Most people don't just hover unless they've got something to say.
Hover? I was merely observing, big guy. But if you must know, I just claimed a bounty. A bugbear sex offender. 30 gold. Too easy, honestly. Figured I'd look for a real challenge next.
And by real challenge, you mean?
Thinking about going for this one.
She taps a finger on the wanted poster of the unnamed figure with the 2 million gold bounty.
You're kidding, right? Tell me you're joking.
What? Big reward, big risk. Isn't that the whole idea? Or are you just scared someone else might snatch him up first?
Scared? Lady, I don't even know where to start. Do you know why it's 2 million? It's not because they're feeling generous. It's because nobody comes back after going for that guy. Nobody.
Yeah, do you think they just hand out that kind of coin for easy marks? Hell, 30 gold for a predatorial bugbear is one thing, but this? You're out of your fucking mind.
And what, you think I can't handle myself?
No, I think you're suicidal. There's a difference. This isn't some drunk dwarf picking fights in a tavern or a bugbear with his pants down. This is your name gets scratched off the map territory.
Well,
I don't care. Literally, just do what you want. We've tried to warn you, spelled it out plain as day, but I think you might be a little bit thick. I point towards the poster. You see that number? 2 million? That's not, you're gonna have a tough time money, that's, you're not coming back money. But hey, who am I to stop you from getting yourself killed? It's not like I care. We're leaving now, all right? Got bigger things to deal with than trying to save you from your own bad decisions. So, good luck. Hope they write something nice on your gravestone. I begin to walk out of the shop, Joe, grabbing Mike by the shoulder and taking him with me. As I do, I say to him, she's got a death wish.
Yeah, well, maybe she'll prove us both wrong and save us a job.
You're a funny cat man, mate.
So, the two of you step out of the bounty post, leaving behind its smoky air and rough clientele. The streets outside are alive with the clatter of hooves, the hum of chatter, and the occasional bark of a merchant hawking wares. The crowd moves like a restless river, splitting and flowing around you as you make your way back to the group. Tronald, Saxy, and Celestia are waiting not 100 feet away near a towering iron fountain shaped like a winged lion, its water glistening in the midday sun.
So anything interesting inside?
Oh, you know, the usual. A smorgasbord of degenerates. A petty thief here, a violent drunk there. Wide variety. But, Vazuriel was in there, you know.
Huh, he's in there right now?
No, sorry. I mean, his wanted poster was in there.
God damn it, Raarh. You nearly gave me a heart attack.
Really? I don't know why I'm surprised. I just thought he'd gone undetected for the most part.
Well, my guess would be it's a recent addition, maybe after White Willow, or maybe he's destroyed another city we're not even aware of yet. Honestly, it could be anything, but one thing's for certain, they might as well not have bothered putting that poster up. They're just gonna get people killed.
Nah, it's tactical. Think about it. If they know he exists but can't pinpoint him, what better way to find someone than to send a bunch of meat sacks out to scout for you? Every corpse they leave behind might hold a clue. They're not hunting him, they're feeding the beast, hoping it chokes.
Well, either way, it's none of our concern right now. Let's head towards the station. Joe, we start moving.
You start walking. The Harangon had said it wasn't far, 5 minutes, give or take, and sure enough, the streets soon open into a grand plaza. The stone beneath your boots turns polished smooth, reflecting the sunlight in a way that makes the whole space shimmer like a restless lake. Crowds thicken here, bodies moving with purpose, some hurried, some dragging their feet, all converging on a single massive archway carved from steel and obsidian, its surface etched with intricate runes glowing faintly in the midday light. Beyond the archway, the station rises, an impossible feat of engineering that towers over everything around it. Massive iron pillars, each one as thick as an ancient oak, stretch skyward, disappearing into a latticework of steel beams that seem to scrape the heavens. The entire structure is alive with motion. Elevators glide up and down the spires, while enormous gears turn slowly in the background, their teeth grinding with a steady rhythm that echoes through the plaza like a heartbeat. Inside, the station is no less impressive. The air is filled with the hum of arcane engines. Tracks crisscross the floor in every direction, some leading out into the open, some ascending into the air, and others descending deep into shadowy tunnels that vanish into the underbelly of the city. The ceilings are vaulted, so high they seem to draw the eye up and up, where light filters through stained glass windows depicting grand imperial victories, battles won, lands conquered, and spires rising triumphant into the sky. There's a symmetry to it all, a cold beauty in the way everything is designed. Metal railings curve gracefully along the edges of platforms polished to a mirror shine. Above you, a massive mechanical clock ticks with unerring accuracy.
I wonder how many of these trains there are and how often they turn up. What even is a train? I can't see anything. Is it like a big cart or something?
A cart? Nah, it's gotta be something fancier than that. Look at this place. It's all gears and glowing runes. Maybe it floats or, I don't know, gets pulled by some kind of magic horses?
I'm sure it's just, some kind of enchanted transport. Yeah, some scaled up enchanted transport. It's the Empire after all. They love their big shiny toys.
Yeah, but where is it? I don't see a damn thing moving!
And then you hear it. A low rumble at first, like distant thunder rolling in, building quickly into a roar that rattles the very air around you. Before you can say another word, something streaks past on the nearest track, a gleaming behemoth of polished metal and glass, sleek and seamless, hurtling forward with an ear-splitting screech as it slows to approach the platform ahead. The gust it kicks up is powerful enough to make your cloaks flap and hair whip at your faces. It's long, impossibly long, each car lined with glowing panels of faint blue light. The whole thing hums with restrained energy.
Oh, so that's a train. Damn thing's fast enough to turn you into jelly.
Well, I guess it's time for us to get on.
So what are you doing?
All right, Joe. I'm going to approach the metal beast and start climbing it. When I get to the top, I want to find a good place to hold on. Don't want to fall off mid-ride.
I don't think that's how you're supposed to ride it, Raarh.
Make an athletics check for me.
That's a 21 total.
I'm going to join him, Joe. I want to get the good seats.
Okay, make an athletics as well.
Oh, that's a 3.
Okay, Raarh, you don't hesitate. Your hands grip the smooth metal side of the train like it's a challenge made just for you. Your muscles coil, and with a single powerful pull, you're already halfway up. The polished surface is slick, but it might as well be a rock wall for how easily you scale it. The wind from the tunnel crashes against your hair as you climb, and within moments you're perched on top, grinning like a victor surveying the battlefield below. Tronald, you're less impressive. Much less. You reach out, grabbing at what looks like a seam in the train's sleek plating, your fingers scrabbling for some kind of purchase. Your feet slip almost immediately, and with an awkward flail you land flat on your ass.
Ah, my bussy!
The dull thud echoes embarrassingly around the platform. For a second you just sit there, more stunned than hurt, the sting of humiliation crawling up your spine as you hear Raarh chuckle from above.
Hurry up and get your booty up here! You're going to miss the train!
Before you can gather yourself, a man strides toward you, and it's clear from the get-go that he's not here to help. His uniform, sharp blue trimmed with gold, screams authority, and the peaked cap atop his head is set at a jaunty angle that only emphasizes his irritation. A clipboard is tucked under one arm, his polished boots clicking against the platform as he marches straight at you.
What do you think you're doing?
Well, what I was trying to do was get on the...
Is this your first time seeing a train? Because climbing it isn't how you bloody ride one, you absolute lunatic, and you!
He points a furious finger at Raarh, who lounges atop the train as if he owns it.
Get down this instant before you're scraped off the next bridge like some overconfident fly on a carriage wheel.
He spins back to you, Tronald, his face darkening with every word, veins bulging at his temples.
Rolling around on my platform like some half-witted street performer.
Who the hell are you calling half-witted? I didn't intend to fall off, did I?
What's the matter with you? Are you trying to get yourselves killed, or are you just here to make my life miserable?
If it means anything to you, mate, which it probably doesn't, whatever you get up to in your life has about as much impact on mine as a pebble dropping in the ocean.
The attendant's glare snaps back to Raarh, his finger trembling with frustration.
I mean it, you great hulking oaf. Get down, or I'll call the guards to haul you off this train by your bloody ears.
I'd like to see them try. Oh well, I climbed down off the train, Joe.
Raarh, you drop one leg down, your boots scraping against the train's edge as you brace yourself for the descent. But as you swing your other leg over, you nearly clip a woman walking too close to the train's side. She ducks back with a startled gasp, her face twisting in annoyance as she glares up at you. Watch it, you big lump, she snaps, clutching a bag to her chest like she's expecting you to drop the rest of the way on her head. You grunt something halfway between an apology and a laugh as you plant your boots on the platform. Her huff is sharp, but she keeps moving, disappearing into the crowd. It's then, as you glance around, you notice the train doors are open and passengers are stepping down. Families, merchants, and soldiers all pour onto the platform with the unbothered rhythm of people who clearly know what they're doing. It's at that moment it hits you. Ah, so that's how you board a train.
Well, now we know at least. Hey, Mr. Uniform Man, will this train take us to the outskirts of the city?
The man's brow furrows, his mouth twitching with irritation.
Don't call me Mr. Uniform Man.
He points sharply at the brass nameplate pinned to his chest.
Pembroke Evander III, if you must know.
He straightens his cap with a flourish, clearly taking some satisfaction in the grandeur of his name.
And yes, when the train departs in precisely 3 minutes, it will proceed through the entire breadth of Solaris. The outer provinces are the first stop. You'll be there in approximately 5 minutes once we get moving. But...
He narrows his eyes, a faint smirk tugging at his lips.
Have you even got a ticket?
Oh, no. Where do we get those from? I mean, it's our first time using this fine advanced system.
Pembroke Evander sighs, the kind of exaggerated exhale that suggests he deals with idiots on an hourly basis.
I can sell you one here if you like. 10 gold per person.
10 gold! That seems slightly extortionate.
Pembroke Evander III's expression hardens as he steps closer, his finger stabbing the air like he's scolding a child.
This isn't some stinking cart, my large friend. This is advanced Empire technology, a marvel of magic and mechanization combined. Each train is powered by enchanted cores and maintained by the finest artificers in Solaris. The price ensures that maintenance is kept to the highest standard, the staff are paid competently, and, of course, that the crown receives its due tax. Or would you rather ride some flea-ridden carriage that breaks down every 5 minutes?
He folds his arms, his lip curling.
10 gold ensures your safety, your speed, and your comfort. If that's too much for you, perhaps the roads would suit you better.
No. 10 gold each is perfectly fine. I dig into my pouch, pulling out the coins without hesitation. Saxy, Celestia, Might, get over here. We'll need 5 tickets. I count out 50 gold and place it into his hand. There you go, Mr. Pembroke. Don't spend it all in one place.
The man produces a strange contraption from his belt, a compact device of polished brass and etched runes. It hums faintly as he thumbs a small crystal embedded on its side, a series of thin gears spinning within. He feeds a narrow strip of thick parchment into the slot at the top. With a sharp clink and a hiss of steam, the device begins to work. Lines of shimmering blue ink appearing on the parchment, forming intricate sigils and text. The gears whir, the parchment shifting slightly with each mechanical grunt of the contraption until, with a satisfying ding, 5 tickets emerge.
5 tickets to the outer provinces.
He hands them over as if presenting a royal decree.
Keep them on you at all times, or you'll have me, or worse, the inspectors, to answer to. And no, lost tickets won't be replaced for free, so don't go stuffing them into the depths of whatever tattered bags you lot are carrying.
Oh yeah, sure, I'll keep it safe, sir. Wouldn't want to lose it and have to explain myself to you of all people. That'd be just devastating. Don't know how I'd manage.
Right, okay, I step aboard the train.
The station attendant opens his mouth, face already flushing, as he's no doubt preparing a scathing retort to Raarh's sarcasm. But you, Tronald, stride straight past him without so much as a glance, your robe sweeping behind you. The rest of the group follows your lead, and the man can do little more than sputter indignantly as you all board the train. Inside, it's bustling with life. People from all walks, some dressed in finery, others in the plain garb of tradesfolk, are crammed into the space. Many sit on polished wooden benches with curved steel handles, while others stand gripping leather straps hanging from above, swaying slightly as the train hums.
So, how much did that cost you, Tronald?
50 gold. Why? You planning on paying me back?
You can get to fuck. It's just nice to see you actually paying for something for once. Back in the day, you'd act like handing over a single copper would kill you.
Ah, the good old days. Back before the dark times.
The dark times?
Yeah, before the Empire.
No, I don't know what the hell you're on about.
Forget it. You wouldn't understand.
Well, dark times or not, you definitely just got ripped off.
What? How?
You overpaid. That guy saw you coming from a mile away. He probably added a little idiot tax to the fare.
Idiot tax? It's 10 gold per person. Does that not sound reasonable to you?
For a 5-minute journey? Not even slightly. That's a scam if I've ever heard one.
And how exactly are you so sure? What's your vast wealth of city train expertise based on,
Just saying, if someone walks up waving gold and looking clueless, people take advantage. It's survival instinct. Besides, the guy's face screamed, crook.
She's got a point. You didn't even haggle. Just threw money at him like it was burning a hole in your pocket. Real lordly of you.
It was a bloody train ticket, not a market haggle. What was I supposed to do? Plus, it was going to leave without us, and I was too embarrassed to be stood there a second longer after my falling on my ass fiasco.
Why don't we just ask someone what they paid, eh? Get a real answer instead of all this speculation.
That's the smartest thing you've said all day.
Joe, is there anyone around who looks like they might know what's normal?
The train is a mix of clatter and quiet conversation. The kind of place where you're surrounded by people yet still feel the strange isolation of travel. There are plenty of passengers packed into the car with you. Some standing, gripping overhead rails, others perched stiffly on the hard seats, eyes glazed over with boredom. The closest to you is an elderly woman sitting with her hands folded neatly over a basket brimming with vegetables. She's muttering something under her breath, maybe counting the contents of her basket, maybe cursing the day's chores.
Perfect. Nothing says trustworthy like an old lady with onions. Let's ask her.
No, you stay the hell away from old ladies. You're not to be trusted around them.
What the hell are you talking about?
You know exactly what I mean. That little incident back in Waterdeep. You've got a reputation.
Oh, come on. That wasn't my fault. Old people love me.
Yeah, no, I highly doubt that.
Well, if nobody else is going to, I'll do it. I'm the charismatic one after all.
You? You're worse. After what you pulled in Madame LaSalle's shop? Absolutely not. You're banned from talking to old women.
In my defense, that wasn't me.
Don't care. No way. I'll do it.
Oh, brilliant. Mr. Social Skills. You're shit at talking.
I'm getting better.
He is getting better, if only slightly.
Slightly better, still just slightly better. It's like polishing a turd and calling it a gem. You're still holding a turd. Just a shiny fucking turd.
Whatever. All right, Joe. I walk up to the old lady. Excuse me, ma'am. Quick question. How much did you pay for the train ride?
The old woman freezes mid-peel, the half-skinned onion trembling in her hands. Her watery eyes dart up to meet yours, wide with suspicion, then quickly drop to the bag of veg at her feet.
Oh dear, oh no, I knew it.
She mutters to herself, clutching the onion like it's her last line of defense.
It's the taxes, isn't it? I knew I shouldn't have left the market without double-checking my receipt.
No. I hold up my hands, palms out. It's not like that. I'm not here for taxes or receipts or whatever it is you're worried about. I'm just asking about the fare. How much did you pay for the ride?
Give me a persuasion check, Saxy.
Oh, come on, that's an 8.
She narrows her eyes at you.
So you are checking the fares. Oh heavens, did I forget to pay? I thought I paid.
She starts rummaging frantically through her pockets, pulling out scraps of fabric, a button, and what looks like a wilted sprig of thyme.
Oh dear. Oh no, they're going to kick me off the train. I'll be stranded. And these tomatoes won't make it another day in this heat.
Ma'am, please, I promise you're fine. I'm not here
And
to...
then what'll happen, huh? What'll happen to me if I'm left out there? A kindly old woman abandoned at the station with nothing but onions and regret. Oh, my poor Harold always said this day would come. He warned me about men like you, always with the questions, always prying.
I'm not prying. Look, just stop rummaging for a second, all right? You're not in trouble. I just want to know how much you paid for the train, that's it.
Her hand freezes mid-rummage, her lip quivering.
You're not going to find me.
No fines, no fees, no nothing. Just how much did you pay?
She exhales shakily and finally answers.
1 gold, I think. Yes, 1 gold. Or was it 2? No, it was definitely 1.
Then her expression crumples.
Oh gods, was I supposed to pay more? Did I underpay? Oh, I knew I was doing it wrong. Please don't throw me off. I'll pay the difference, I swear.
She bursts into tears, the onion dropping to the floor and rolling away like it's trying to escape her meltdown. The entire car has gone quiet. All eyes now on you, Saxy, and the sobbing onion lady. A child whispers to their parent, "Is he a tax collector?"
Joe, I just walk away. Slowly, very slowly.
So how did it go, Saxy?
Fine, absolutely fine. She paid 1 gold.
Because from over here, it looked like you made her cry.
I didn't make her cry. She was emotional, that's all. You know how old people get sometimes.
Emotional? Saxy, she looked like she was gearing up to confess to a murder you were pinning on her. What the hell did you say?
Nothing, I just asked how much she paid and she spiraled. That's not on me.
Spiraled? She was sobbing, mate. You didn't just ask her. You interrogated her like she was smuggling diamonds in her onions.
Yeah, no offense, Saxy, but if that's your idea of charisma, just wow.
Oh, shut it. I got the answer, didn't I? 1 gold, that's what we needed.
Yeah, and at what cost? That poor woman's sanity? Her onions are probably traumatized too.
Seriously, man, I think I heard her whisper a prayer to Harold or whoever her dead husband is.
Look, it's not my fault she thought I was some kind of tax collector.
Who else walks up to an old lady and starts grilling her like a guard at the border? Honestly, I'm impressed you didn't send her into full cardiac arrest.
Oh, sure, because you've got such a delicate touch, don't you?
Delicate? No? Effective? Hell yes!
Better than leaving a crying grandma thinking she's about to be booted off the train for crimes against the Empire.
Fine. Next time you two can handle the old ladies. Happy now?
Ecstatic.
Okay then, guys. A couple of minutes tick by, filled in with whatever that was, before a low, resonating chime signals the train's departure. The doors hiss shut, sealing the compartment, and with a sudden lurch, it accelerates. The initial jolt nearly throws you off balance, but the more speed it gathers, the smoother it feels, as if gliding on a perfect trajectory. Outside, the world becomes a blur of grandiose architecture, spires and towers rising like gods above the city, streaking past your window. But soon, you're hurtling directly toward a colossal stone wall. Its sheer size is incomprehensible, rising at least 150 feet into the sky like an immovable monolith. For a moment, it seems certain the train is doomed to collide head-on, but then it plunges downward into a tunnel carved beneath the wall. The glow of arcane lights flicker through the darkness, and within seconds you emerge on the other side, greeted by another vast section of the city. This process repeats twice more, hurtling underground through tunnels beneath walls that seem to divide Solaris into titanic rings. Each wall looms larger in your mind as you pass them, their immense scale a constant reminder of the city's sheer magnitude and the Empire's power. Finally, the train begins to slow. The hum beneath your feet grows softer, the sights outside less of a blur, and the sharp hiss of brakes fills the cabin. With a metallic groan, the doors slide open.
All right, so we're here. It's been nice knowing you, Solaris. Until we meet again.
I don't think we're actually outside of Solaris yet, Celestia.
Huh? I thought this train was taking us out of the city.
No, it's a system put in place for intercity travel. It's just taken us to the final wall of the city itself.
Ah, right. So we just need to leave now then. Joe, where's the exit?
Okay, so as you venture out of the station, you look ahead of you. The scale of the outer wall is nothing short of staggering. You've seen grand walls before, but this is a statement to the world, an announcement of dominance. Rising a colossal 250 feet high, it dwarfs everything around it, a fortress unto itself. The stone is a deep, dark gray, as if carved from the very mountains that loom in the distance, and every seam and crack is perfectly aligned, every inch of it imposing and flawless. Gargantuan bastions punctuate its length, spaced so evenly that they might have been placed by the hand of a god, their tops bristling with ballistae and watchtowers. Ahead of you, about a 5-minute walk, the gates dominate the scene. They are immense, magnificent arches of iron and steel reinforced with gold inlays. Wide enough to fit 15 carriages side by side, the gates are flung open, and the flow of traffic is astonishing. People pour in and out, a ceaseless tide of humanity and more, faster than anything you've ever seen before. Merchants driving wagons loaded with goods, farmers with carts of produce, adventurers with packs slung over their shoulders, and noblemen in gilded carriages, every layer of society represented in this chaotic dance. The guards, plentiful and vigilant, line the walls and gateposts, their gazes sharp and searching. Yet they do not obstruct the flow. There is an air of organization amidst the chaos, and the guards, though ever watchful, seem at ease, almost welcoming. They nod to passers-by, crack jokes with merchants, and wave on caravans.
I hope there's not any titans in those walls.
Me too, buddy.
Right, well, let's get out of here. Joe, I begin walking towards the gates and through them.
As you make your way toward the gates, the sheer size of them looms larger with every step, the golden inlays catching the light. The guards stationed there look sharp but approachable, their postures firm yet relaxed. One of them, a middle-aged man with a grizzled beard and kind eyes, catches your gaze as you pass. "Safe travels," he says with a small nod, his voice steady and genuine. Another, a younger woman with an intricate braid tucked under her helm, offers a friendly smile and a quick wave. "Hope the road treats you well." As you step beyond the gates, the rush of the city begins to fade, replaced by the open expanse of the world outside. The road ahead is wide and well-trodden, lined by sparse swaying trees and the faint hum of distant wildlife.
They're a lot friendlier here than I expected.
Yeah, well, 99% of guards are going to be decent people. We've just had a few unlucky run-ins, I guess. End of the day, they're people with families they want to support, people trying to make it through life like the rest of us. That's what's going to be tough about the battle to come. How many of these good people will be forced into the path between us and overthrowing the sitting government?
Yeah, it's not pleasant to think about. War truly is horrible.
So we know Asmo Prime is north of here, right? In the mountains? Finding him is going to be a bitch.
Yep, but we can communicate with him when we get closer to the range. Ask him for any specific landmarks, narrow it down. Shouldn't be too bad if we plan ahead.
Yeah, plus when we get closer, we don't have to slog it all on foot. We can use some magic to make it easier. Just as long as we're out of sight of Solaris's watchtowers. Don't want to draw any attention.
Exactly. That's the thing. I don't know their stance on magic within the city limits. Could be free to use, could be licensed or monitored for all I know. Better to play it safe and save the spells for when we're out of view.
Does anyone else feel like shit's about to get real? I mean, really real?
Oh yeah, big time.
Well, we're in it together, guys. Whatever happens, we got each other's backs. So, we'll be all right.
A heavy silence settles over your group as those words sink in. Each of you casts a glance northward, toward the distant peaks of the mountains. The road ahead looks long, and the weight of what lies beyond presses down like a storm gathering at the horizon. But for now, you keep walking, your boots crunching against the dirt road in unison, a quiet resolve binding you together. And that's where we're going to wrap up this session. See you later, guys.
If you're enjoying this series, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to catch the episodes a week early and massively support the content we make, you can join us on Patreon or YouTube members.